Hello. Please join me today on a 14-kilometer hike in the White Bear Forest near Temagami, Ontario. If you enjoy my videos, please consider subscribing as this will help me grow the channel. Thank you very much. Well, good morning. Day 3 of my Martin River adventure this year, and it was 1C this morning. Pretty cool. And we actually had a little bit of snow in the air when I was putting things away here. So nevertheless, it's winter is not quit yet. So because of the weather and the wind, canoeing isn't really a valid choice, and the cycling either, being so cold. So I'm going to go to the White Bear Forest today and hike some trails there and just see, hopefully I can get a chance to explore more of it this year if the conditions are better than they were last year. So I'm here at the trailhead of the White Bear Forest in Temagami, Ontario. I was here last year and it was really nice that some of the trails were kind of broken down with, you couldn't get through with the blowdowns and so on. Give it another try this year and see what happens. Want to get out to that island if we, or that, not that island, but that loop out around in the east there. So here goes. By the way, it's pretty cold today. I've got on everything I can. It's probably no more than 5 or 6 degrees and there's a bit of a breeze, so when we get in the trees it should be a little better. Anyhow, here we go. So this year when I came down what is called the Fox Run Trail, last year I crossed what looked like a utility road or something. There were no blazes on it and I assumed that was something else, but in fact that is the Fox Trail that I was looking for, and I took it this year, and this trail's in terrific condition and I'm really enjoying it. I'm about not quite 2 kilometers into this and be looking for the yellow link over to the Peregrine Trail in a little while. Won't be just yet, but within, say, a half an hour, a couple of kilometers or so. So this, I don't know, 10, 15 meters of water and muck, and they've got these logs across, and with your poles you can do it. It's not too bad. I didn't get any wet feet. It's nice. Still very wild. And the trail continues over there. So I just found this, the trail comes over that. Those steps are just a great place to have my lunch. Instead of me having to sit down in the wet, this way I've got myself a nice little table. So I'm about 3/4 of the way around the Peregrine Trail, and then I'll be hiking back to my vehicle from there. This has been wonderful here today. The blockages and stuff that happened last year by the beaver pond, I went around that, and the rest of this trail is pretty good. This Peregrine Trail is very well groomed for a backcountry trail like this, and I'm really enjoyed it. A lot of differences, ups and downs, smooth parts, views of the water, big trees. I've gone 325 meters of elevation change just in, what is it, about 10 kilometers here today so far. That's climbing only, of course. And yeah, it's really nice. So I'm coming south now along the around the 9 o'clock side of the Peregrine Trail, and I'll hit the cross link, which is taking me back to the Red Trail, and I'll take that back to the parking lot. So it's been a nice day, and you can see behind me what the trail looks like there. It's very nice, and let's go this way for fun too. You can see where I came over there. So again, a very nice place to come. So I just got back to the Red Trail. That was an ascent of 150 meters in I don't know, about 1.5 kilometers. Anyhow, it's enough, thank you. So it's great to be back on the Red Trail, and then the next waypoint will be the hydro line, and then the purple trail, and then back. Beautiful day here today. So I had a wonderful day today. 14 kilometers plus or minus, over 500 vertical meters in a beautiful forest, and I was the only person here. I didn't see anybody all day. And I will tell you this morning, I wasn't feeling that hot about doing this. I was tired from the Marion Lake River Creek thing from yesterday, and the weather was really cold this morning and windy, and it was difficult to stay warm. And today has just turned out to be absolutely gorgeous now, and the hike was the same. So you never know. Thank you for coming along. From the provincial park at Martin River, Ontario, I had to drive north about 35 kilometers to the small village of Temagami, Ontario. You then drive in behind Temagami, and the roads aren't signed particularly well, so it is helpful to have a GPS or at least a road map to know what to do, up to the White Bear Forest parking lot. And from there you can proceed on the trail network that is centered upon the parking lot. And as I've said in previous videos, Martin River is about 60-70 kilometers north of the town of North Bay, Ontario, which in itself is about 300 kilometers north of the large city of Toronto, Ontario. My hike on the White Bear Forest started at the red marker on the left of your screen and proceeded south along a Fox Run trail, and then turned left and headed more or less west along the hydro access road. You could see that you could easily drive a tractor or some type of tracked vehicle on this, and this goes for a little while and then ultimately breaks into an opening where the hydro line does cross. Now, as soon as you cross the hydro line, the trail becomes single track and is no longer suitable for a vehicle. And you proceed along this for a little while, and then at the top of that hill, roughly in the center of the screen, the trail diverges. Going to the left will take you down towards the Peregrine Trail where I was, and going to the right will take you down towards Pleasant Lake. So I continued down the big hill and through the small joint that connects the two areas, and then I went around the Peregrine Trail in a counterclockwise direction. In the southern part of the trail, where you can see it's mostly white or gray, the trail is very, very easy, and you can move along quite nicely there. As you come around the corner, a little further along, you find perhaps what's left of some type of establishment that looks like there was a bit of a dock there, and so what. It's hard to say if that was where the sawmill was. It may well have been. There's a picnic table there, and then you move on, and now the trail gets more rugged and hilly as you go over the different places there, and then ultimately around the outside. But even with the outside, you can't quite follow the water because there's areas where you have sheer rocks near the water, and you have to come back inland and go up and down. So there's a bit of that, but it's not stark and unreasonable. It's actually quite nice, and I was fortunate on this trip. There were no bugs at all, so it was pretty easy to do the trip. So anyhow, I came around to the junction again and then retraced my steps back to my car. That's a very nice hike. It's something I would certainly consider doing again.